Hi everyone, welcome to Full Stack Mania. In the last video, we configured our Cloud Config server and the Cloud Config client, which is the payment service. If you have not checked that, then please look at the card on the top right corner of your screen and then continue this video. Let's discuss the limitation of that approach. Make sure both the applications are up and running. Let's start the Cloud Config server first, and once the Cloud Config server started, let's start the Cloud Config client, which is our payment service. I believe both the applications are up and running. Let's go to the Postman. So we are at Cloud Config server Postman collection. We want the payment service.yaml file from the deb environment and from the main branch. So let's send the request. Now you can see that we are getting the username and password as payment deb, which we are getting from the GitHub, from here, from the payment service -deb.yaml file. Okay, let's see the client. Let's hit the /values endpoint of payment service, and you can see the client is also able to get the latest configuration. Now suppose we want to change the configuration. Let's change the configuration over GitHub. I want to make the username as payment deb updated and the password as payment deb updated. And now let's commit this. We are done with this, and let's go to Postman and hit the Cloud Config server endpoint. Now we can see that once we update the configuration, the Cloud Config server is able to fetch the latest configuration. Now payment deb updated and payment deb updated. Let's see the client. Let's hit the /values endpoint of the payment service, and we can see that the client is not able to fetch the latest configuration. And this is as per design, because the Cloud Config server is meant to deal with configurations only. The main purpose of the Cloud Config server is to fetch configuration from GitHub, whereas the payment service is meant to solve some business problem, not to look at the configuration always. So we have to tell the payment service to fetch the latest configuration, and we will see how we can do that. To do so, you have to follow a couple of steps. Let's go to the pom.xml of the payment service and add the actuator dependency. By default, actuator dependency open up couple of endpoint to the application. And for the tutorial sake, we'll expose all the endpoints. Let's add this property to the application.yaml, and the value will be star. So it means that we want all the property that is by default exposed by the actuator in this payment service. Let's restart the payment service. And we have to add another annotation to the configuration file, that is @refresh scope annotation. So this annotation will refresh the value of the properties we defined in the configuration file. The application is restarted. Let's go to Postman and test this. Let's hit the Cloud Config server endpoint, and we can see that the Cloud Config server is able to fetch the latest configuration. Let's see the client. As we have restarted the application, the client will by default fetch the latest configuration, but we don't want that. So let's repeat the entire process and see whether we are able to fetch the latest configuration without restarting the payment service. Let's go to GitHub and change some property. So here let's change the username and password. So I'll make it payment deb updated final and payment deb updated final, and I'll commit this. Let's go to Postman and hit the Cloud Config server endpoint. Here you can see that the Cloud Config server is able to fetch the latest configurations. Let's see the client. Let's hit the /values endpoint, and you can see that the client is not able to fetch the latest configurations. Actuator dependency open up couple of endpoints. One of them is /actuator/refresh. As the payment service is running on 8080, after your domain, write the actuator/refresh. This endpoint tells the microservice to refresh the configuration, and the HTTP method is the post method because it is not an idempotent request. Okay, so let's send the request and see what we are getting the response. In response, we are getting the properties that we changed. If you can remember, we changed the username and password, and that's why we are getting these properties in the response. Now let's hit the slash values endpoint of the payment service, and indeed we are able to fetch the latest configuration. So in this way we can dynamically refresh the configuration without restarting a microservice. But there is one limitation to this approach as well. Let's say we have 100 clients. Then we have to hit the slash refresh endpoints for all the 100 microservices, which is not a good practice. So in the next video, we'll see how we can implement Spring Cloud Bus to overcome this issue. I have checked in the code in GitHub and the link is in the description. If you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching the complete video. Thank you.